And will McCulloch County commissioners approve more money for mosquito management? More than 66% of inmates in the Sunshine State end up back behind bars. And cars are actually turning back into the Flying J truck stop this morning, just a matter of minutes after an evacuation was ordered earlier this morning. And legend has it, the guests that stay in this room are not sleeping alone.
Hello, I'm Sierra Ferguson. It's 8:27. In the news, Leon County school officials say Riley Elementary School was broken into and vandalized.
Now remembered as the Yarnell 19, the tragedy surrounding the Granite Mountain hotshots continues to burden the city of Prescott. Wastewater treatment plant is back to normal today after a chlorine leak was reported yesterday. The Flagstaff Fire Department received an alert at around 2 p.m. that chlorine gas might be leaking at the Wildcat Hill treatment plant.
Well, first off, it's important, Malcolm, to understand that change is coming to the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
2 human cases of tularemia, most commonly known as rabbit fever, have been confirmed in Coconino County. Sergeant Margaret Benson with the Flagstaff Police Department tells us more.
You have 3 essential pieces of equipment: a hurley, a splinter, and, because hurling has a history of being a contact sport, a helmet.
Not all officers at the Cottonwood Police Department look the same. Officer Corey Schilling's partner is special. He's a little short for a city trooper, and he doesn't even speak English. This is Jax, Cottonwood's only canine police officer.
Jax is a Belgian Malinois, came from the Czech Republic. He's 5.5 years old, and we got him out of a kennel in Phoenix called Waddell Kennels, and he's been with me for 2 years, right at 2 years. And at first he came to us and was just a single purpose dog, which is a narcotics dog, and then the chief gave us the okay to go ahead and go back to bite work. And so now he's a dual purpose, he's patrol dog.
On an average day, Jax responds to commands in Czech, like lenje, which means down, sedni, sit, and when he's working on bite training, pust, which means let go.
Obviously he does a lot more narcotics work than he does. He's never had an actual street bite, which is a good thing.
He may not use his attack skills in the field, but today, Jax demonstrates his abilities for high schoolers at Mingus Union, who are members of the Cottonwood Police Explorer program.
The demonstration, we just saw Officer Schilling demonstrating how to use his canine dog as both a bite dog and as a drug search dog.
Officer Schilling hides a marijuana-scented cotton ball between these 2 tables.
Find some dope. Come on, buddy.
And in no time, Jax picks up the scent.
It's exciting seeing the dog get to go to work and getting to do something a little more hands-on with the lessons and classes.
It's quite an experience if you haven't witnessed it in person.
It's great to see the kids react.
Now, in addition to being a favorite in the classroom, Jax is about to receive a new honor. He will be immortalized in bronze outside the police department on 6th Street.
It's a salute to, heroes is what they call it. So it's our salute to canine officers that have fallen and that are also still active today and have served their career and retired as well. It's just a salute to them. But to have Jax on the statue, the artist actually featured him, and it was great. The artist drew up a picture of Jax and how he was going to sit on a big granite rock and be, the statue for out in front of Cottonwood Police Department.
The statue is being built by private donations, but in the meantime, Jax does his duty and remains his partner's best friend.
I'll go out and do what I do with the canines. It's not only enjoyable, but just to see the animals work and see, what you can get them to accomplish is a really good feeling of accomplishment.
Once a week in the Sonoa Band Room, you'll find 14 violins.
The whole thing is fun.
4 violas.
It is of and about Flagstaff.
2 bassists.
It comprises people of all ages.
3 percussionists and 5 French horns.
I go back to the word community.
1 tuba.
1, 2, 1, da, da, da.
And the 50 or so musicians with other day jobs that make up Orchestra Northern Arizona.
We serve both the musicians and the community. It's a place for musicians to play that maybe wouldn't have another place to play. And it's a place for the audience to come and feel comfortable.
We have never auditioned anybody to date, and we have never turned away anybody.
Several years ago, David Cripps was approached by the Coconino Community College to conduct and revive an orchestra that anyone in Flagstaff could join. He did just that, but before the first concert could commence, CCC announced that they could no longer afford the orchestra.
So I put it to the musicians, and there was an overwhelming desire to stay together and work together with me to put this community orchestra on the map.
They created a 501c3 nonprofit, and Orchestra Northern Arizona was born.
The thing I love about it is when we play a concert and the audience is so responsive and so with us.
Concerts are all, I can't call them sold out because we don't charge any admission prices, but it's standing room only.
The comment that a gentleman made after one concert last year was, "I really feel like this is my orchestra."
I said to the audience at the beginning, wow, I thought this kind of music might put you all off. Not a bit of it.
We really are building a classical music audience.
I consider the whole orchestra and the audience to be on some kind of a learning curve. Everybody goes home, I hope, at the end of a concert having not only enjoyed themselves and been entertained, but also having learned a little bit.
The whole town, you see, has some kind of ghost history.
And we believe that 1 out of 3 homes or businesses are presently haunted or have in the past experienced a haunting.
A lot of old, sad, hard things have happened here.
Historic Monticello, Florida is widely regarded as the most haunted small town in the American South, including the old Jefferson County Jail. Haunted.
You see how old this is? Come here, let me show you something.
Ann Holt wrote her doctoral dissertation on correctional history and spearheaded the effort to turn this building, which housed inmates from about 1909 to 1970, from county storage space into a museum.
We can't just ignore institutional history.
She's in the process of restoring the site to what it might have looked like in the 1950s. She also says, though, she doesn't want the cells polished and the floors shined.
I want them to show the 100 years.
Giving visitors a chance to see how small the cells were and encourage them to imagine sleeping in this cell with 3 other people.
It sort of tells you more about the people that were involved, I think.
But is the building haunted? This is all Holt had to say.
You can feel the weight of the years in an old building, or at least I feel I can.
A short walk away is the John Denham House, where the years have allowed locals to blur the lines between fear and fun.
When you become a B&B, you gotta have a ghost or two. So we have a ghost or two.
And legend has it, the guests that stay in this room are not sleeping alone.
Mothers tell us that babies who never sleep through the night sleep here because Aunt Sarah pats them to sleep. And Big Bend ghost trackers came to me and said, we would love to do a ghost investigation. We've heard about the reputation that the house is haunted.
I started Big Bend Ghost Trackers originally as a forum where people could get together that was also having ghostly encounters or psychic experiences to get together and talk in an environment where they would not be thought of as strange. We go along with EMF meters and equipment.
Davis's work has captivated the imagination of the community. She hosts historic Monticello ghost tours, bringing visitors to 14 allegedly haunted places in town. But she wants people to know she's a true believer in the supernatural.
Ghosts actually are just like us. They just happen to be body challenged. And this is the opportunity for them to do something very important in the afterlife, to let people know that life goes on and that death is not the end.
In Monticello, Sierra Ferguson, WTXL ABC 27.